What if everything you've been taught about building wealth, work hard, save more, retire at 65, is a lie? What if there's a faster, smarter way to achieve financial freedom, one that doesn't demand decades of sacrifice? The Millionaire Fastlane isn't just a book. It's a wake-up call to escape the monotony of the slow lane and discover a path where success isn't measured in years, but in your ability to create value, scale impact, and reclaim your time. Are you ready to stop driving in circles and shift into the fast lane? Buckle up. It's time to change your financial destiny. It was a typical Friday evening in Phoenix when MJ DeMarco watched a Lamborghini Countach rumble past his bus stop. That moment would spark a journey that ultimately led to the creation of the Millionaire Fastlane. Crack the code to wealth and live rich for a lifetime. Like many of us, DeMarco was raised believing in the traditional path to wealth. Go to school, get good grades, land a steady job, save diligently, and retire at 65. But that Lamborghini sighting made him question everything. Could there be a faster route to financial freedom? Welcome to Book Summary, where you can unlock the power of books in minutes, not months. Get the key insights, chapter by chapter, and start learning smarter, not harder. Let's begin. Before becoming a multimillionaire entrepreneur and author, MJ DeMarco lived the struggles of the average American. He drove limousines, lived paycheck to paycheck, and dreamed of a better life. What sets his story apart is how he transformed his frustration into motivation, eventually founding Limos.com, which he would later sell for millions. This real-world success gives DeMarco's advice a weight that many financial authors lack. He's not just theorizing about wealth creation, he's lived it. The book's core premise: 3 financial roadmaps. DeMarco structures his wealth-building philosophy around 3 distinct roadmaps: the Sidewalk, the Slowlane, and the Fastlane. Each represents a different approach to financial life, with their own beliefs, behaviors, and likely outcomes. Let's dive into the 3 financial roadmaps that MJ DeMarco details in the Millionaire Fastlane. These roadmaps, Sidewalk, Slowlane, and Fastlane, are not just theoretical constructs. They are frameworks that shape how individuals interact with money, time, and their overall approach to wealth creation. Each comes with its own promises and pitfalls, and understanding them is essential to crafting a life that aligns with your financial and personal aspirations. The Sidewalk: living for today at the expense of tomorrow. The Sidewalk is the most common yet precarious financial roadmap. DeMarco describes it as a lifestyle dominated by short-term thinking, instant gratification, and financial irresponsibility. Sidewalkers prioritize the pleasures of today while neglecting the consequences of tomorrow. They may live paycheck to paycheck, spend beyond their means, and fail to save or invest. This is not necessarily because they are lazy or uninterested in financial stability, but often because they lack financial literacy or believe that happiness comes from consuming rather than creating. Picture someone who just got their paycheck. Instead of considering savings or investments, they splurge on the latest gadgets, trendy clothes, or nights out at fancy restaurants. For the Sidewalker, life is a constant cycle of working to earn, then spending to feel good. The idea of delayed gratification feels alien, even oppressive. But there's a dark side to this carefree approach. Emergencies, medical bills, job losses, or economic downturns can devastate a Sidewalker. With no safety net, they spiral into debt or worse. DeMarco points out that the Sidewalk often masquerades as freedom, but it's a mirage. True freedom requires financial stability, which the Sidewalker's philosophy actively undermines. In essence, the Sidewalk is not about income level, it's about mindset. Even high earners can be Sidewalkers if they spend recklessly or fail to manage their finances with foresight. The Slowlane: playing it safe, but at a cost. The Slowlane represents the conventional wisdom about building wealth. Get a good job, save diligently, invest in a diversified portfolio, and wait. It's the blueprint many of us are taught from a young age. Study hard, secure a stable job, contribute to a retirement plan, and cross your fingers that compound interest will eventually make you wealthy. At first glance, the slow lane seems like a responsible, achievable approach. It emphasizes discipline, delayed gratification, and financial prudence. You save a percentage of your income, cut down on unnecessary expenses, and maybe even drive an older car to stretch your dollars further. Over decades, with some luck and the magic of compound growth, you might reach financial independence. But DeMarco takes issue with the slow lane for its glaring limitation: time. The slow lane assumes you'll stay healthy and employed long enough to reap the rewards, often decades down the road. In the meantime, it ties your financial progress to linear growth, your raises, your savings rate, and the incremental returns of your investments. The problem? Life is unpredictable. Illness, layoffs, or even changing interests can derail this plan. Moreover, the slow lane delays the enjoyment of wealth until retirement. For many, that means deferring dreams until their 60s or 70s, when health and energy may not match their youthful aspirations. DeMarco doesn't entirely dismiss the slow lane. After all, it's better than the sidewalk. However, he criticizes it for trading a life of possibilities for one of slow and steady progress. While it minimizes risk, it also caps reward, leaving slow lane adherents in a perpetual grind where time is more valuable than money, but money remains elusive. The fast lane, a sprint to financial freedom. The fast lane is DeMarco's ideal financial roadmap, and it's the foundation of his book's philosophy. It's not about gambling or chasing quick wins, but about adopting a mindset and strategy that prioritizes exponential growth and control over your financial destiny. In the fast lane, wealth isn't built by trading time for money. It's created by leveraging scalable systems that generate income independent of your daily efforts. Entrepreneurship is central to the fast lane. Rather than relying on a paycheck or a fixed investment return, fastlaners build businesses or systems that solve problems on a large scale. DeMarco argues that wealth is tied to value creation. The more people you serve and the greater the value you provide, the greater your financial success. This could mean launching a product, creating a digital platform, or developing intellectual property that scales without requiring your constant input. The beauty of the fast lane lies in its scalability. While a job pays you for your time, a business pays you for the value it delivers, whether to 10 customers or 10 million. DeMarco emphasizes that fastlaners think beyond themselves, asking how they can impact the lives of others at scale. This outward focus, coupled with strategic action, accelerates the journey to financial independence. However, the fast lane isn't a shortcut. It requires hard work, strategic thinking, and an entrepreneurial spirit. Fastlaners often work harder than sidewalkers or slowlaners, but their efforts are directed toward creating assets that free them from the limitations of time and geography. Whether it's through a tech startup, an e-commerce platform, or a real estate empire, the goal is to build wealth quickly, sustainably, and in a way that aligns with personal freedom. DeMarco is quick to point out that the fast lane isn't for everyone. It requires a willingness to take risks, face failures, and embrace uncertainty. But for those who dare, it offers not just financial abundance, but also the ability to enjoy life on their terms. Whether that's traveling the world, spending more time with family, or pursuing passions without financial constraints. Choosing your roadmap. What makes the Millionaire Fastlane compelling is that it doesn't prescribe a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, DeMarco presents these three roadmaps as a spectrum of choices, each with its own trade-offs. The sidewalk offers immediate gratification but no stability. The slow lane provides stability but sacrifices time. And the fast lane promises financial freedom but demands ambition and effort. The question isn't just which roadmap you'll follow. It's whether the roadmap aligns with your goals and values. Are you content with modest financial growth and a predictable routine? Or do you dream of scaling mountains others won't even attempt? Understanding these roadmaps isn't just about money. It's about designing a life that reflects your priorities. Ultimately, DeMarco challenges readers to think critically about their relationship with wealth and time. Do you want to live paycheck to paycheck, hope for a distant retirement, or take bold steps to create a life of freedom? The choice is yours, but the roadmap you choose will determine the destination. Key principles of the fast lane. The fast lane, as MJ DeMarco describes in the Millionaire Fastlane, is not merely a path to financial success. It's a complete shift in mindset about wealth, value, and the relationship between time and money. It's a radical departure from the slow, incremental grind of traditional financial advice, where saving and waiting dominate. Instead, the fast lane is about creating exponential growth and achieving financial freedom on a timeline that allows you to actually enjoy it. Let's explore the key principles of this transformative approach. Wealth is created through value, not time. At the core of the fast lane is a simple but profound principle. Wealth is built by creating value, not by trading hours for dollars. Think about the traditional 9-to-5 job. You put in a certain number of hours, and you're paid for that time. The problem? Your income is inherently limited by the hours in a day. In the fast lane, DeMarco flips this equation. Instead of being constrained by time, your income potential is tied to how much value you can provide and to how many people. This is why the fast lane emphasizes entrepreneurship or systems-based careers. For example, consider an author who writes a best-selling book. That book can be sold to millions without requiring the author to rewrite it each time. Similarly, an entrepreneur who creates a product or service that solves a widespread problem can reach vast markets without being personally present for every transaction. The more people you serve and the greater the value you provide, the more wealth you can generate, independently of how many hours you work. Control your financial destiny. One of DeMarco's key criticisms of the traditional slow lane is the lack of control it affords over your financial destiny. In the slow lane, you're at the mercy of external forces, your boss, the economy, or the stock market. Even if you save diligently and invest wisely, your success hinges on factors you can't fully predict or control. The fast lane, on the other hand, is about taking the reins. By building your own business or creating scalable systems, you gain the ability to dictate your income, growth, and future. This doesn't mean avoiding all risk. On the contrary, the fast lane requires calculated risks, but it does mean positioning yourself as the driver of your financial journey. When you own the system, you own the outcomes. DeMarco likens this control to owning a sports car. You can accelerate, change direction, or stop entirely whenever you choose. Contrast this with the slow lane, where you're a passenger on a bus, moving at a fixed pace on someone else's schedule. Scalability. Think big, act big. A defining feature of the fast lane is its emphasis on scalability. To truly harness the power of this approach, your wealth creation vehicle must be capable of serving large numbers of people. DeMarco often uses the analogy of a pipeline. If you want to get rich in a reasonable time frame, your pipeline needs to be wide enough to handle significant flow, in this case, a large market. Consider the difference between a local freelance graphic designer and a company that offers an online design platform. The freelancer's income is limited by the number of hours they can work, while the platform can serve thousands, even millions, of customers simultaneously. The fast lane rewards those who think big and aim for exponential growth. Scalability doesn't mean you have to create the next tech unicorn. It could mean developing an online course that thousands of people can access, inventing a product that solves a common problem, or building a real estate portfolio that generates passive income. The key is designing a system that multiplies your efforts rather than merely adding to them. Leverage. Multiply your efforts through systems. Leverage is a cornerstone of the fast lane. In the simplest terms, leverage allows you to do more with less effort. It could take the form of technology, capital, or people. The idea is to create a system where your input generates disproportionately large outputs. For example, an e-commerce store leverages the internet to sell products 24/7, even while you sleep. A mobile app leverages technology to solve problems for thousands of users simultaneously. DeMarco stresses that to succeed in the fast lane, you need to stop doing everything yourself and start building systems that work for you. Leverage also applies to risk-taking. In the fast lane, risk is not avoided but managed and strategically embraced. When you leverage your time and resources effectively, you can minimize downside risks while maximizing potential rewards. The law of Effection: scale your impact, scale your wealth. DeMarco introduces the law of Effection, which posits that your wealth is directly proportional to the scale of the problem you solve and the number of people you impact. This is why small, local businesses, while admirable, don't typically generate fast-lane-level wealth. The problems they solve are limited in scope and reach. If you want to achieve extraordinary wealth, you need to create something that has a significant impact on a large audience. Take Airbnb, for example. It solved a global problem, affordable, flexible accommodations, while reaching millions of users. The result? Tremendous wealth for its founders. DeMarco encourages readers to think beyond themselves. The question isn't, what can I do for a living? But, what problem can I solve for as many people as possible? This outward focus is what separates fastlaners from those stuck in traditional financial mindsets. Time is the ultimate currency. In the fast lane, wealth isn't just about money, it's about time. Money, after all, is a renewable resource, but time isn't. DeMarco argues that many people sacrifice their most precious asset, time, by following roadmaps like the Slowlane, which promise financial independence decades down the line. The fast lane, however, prioritizes freedom in the present. By creating scalable, self-sustaining systems, you generate wealth quickly enough to enjoy your life while you're still young and energetic. This doesn't mean working less in the short term. Fastlaners often work incredibly hard to build their systems. But the goal is to decouple your income from your time, freeing you to live on your terms. Conclusion: the road less traveled. The fast lane isn't for everyone. It requires vision, effort, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. But for those who are tired of waiting decades to enjoy financial freedom, it offers a powerful alternative. By focusing on value creation, scalability, and leverage, the fast lane allows you to build wealth on a timeline that lets you actually enjoy it. DeMarco's principles challenge conventional wisdom and force us to rethink our assumptions about money, work, and life. The fast lane isn't just about getting rich, it's about reclaiming control over your time, impact, and destiny. If you're ready to trade comfort for ambition, the fast lane awaits. Practical applications and strategic framework. The fast lane is not just a philosophy, it's a strategic framework with real-world applications. DeMarco emphasizes that success in the fast lane hinges on combining bold action with smart systems. The first step is identifying a problem worth solving, one that impacts a broad audience. This could be as simple as creating a better product or as complex as building a tech platform. The key is scalability. Your solution should work for thousands or even millions of people, not just a handful. Next, the fast lane requires leveraging tools and systems to multiply your efforts. Think automation, outsourcing, or technology. An e-commerce entrepreneur, for instance, can use supply chain software to manage inventory and digital ads to reach global markets. These systems free you from repetitive tasks, allowing you to focus on growth. DeMarco also stresses relentless learning and adaptability. Markets evolve, and fastlaners must stay ahead by testing, iterating, and refining their systems. Unlike the slow lane, where patience is the main virtue, the fast lane demands proactive, strategic risk-taking. Finally, it's about creating assets, businesses, intellectual property, or platforms that generate wealth independently. With a strong framework and practical execution, the fast lane transforms ambitious ideas into enduring wealth and freedom. Common criticisms and counterarguments. While the book has received widespread praise, Some critics argue that DeMarco's approach is too focused on entrepreneurship as the only path to wealth. However, he addresses this by explaining that entrepreneurship isn't about starting traditional businesses. It's about creating scalable systems that solve problems. The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco has its share of critics, often targeting its bold claims and unconventional tone. A common critique is that the Fastlane is unrealistic for most people, requiring exceptional entrepreneurship skills. DeMarco counters that success in the Fastlane isn't about ease but willingness to learn, take calculated risks, and step outside comfort zones. He argues it offers more control and upside potential than the traditional slow lane path of saving and waiting. Some label the Fastlane as risky or a get-rich-quick scheme, but DeMarco emphasizes that it's about disciplined effort and creating scalable systems. He also critiques the slow lane for its hidden risks, such as inflation or job loss, and insists the fast lane mitigates these through adaptability and ownership of outcomes. Others feel the book dismisses traditional financial wisdom or promotes materialism. DeMarco reframes wealth as freedom, control over your time, and the ability to focus on what matters most. While his tone can be abrasive, it's intentionally provocative, aiming to challenge complacency and ignite action. Ultimately, the Fastlane isn't for everyone, but for those ready to embrace its principles, it offers a powerful roadmap to financial independence on an accelerated timeline. The mindset shift beyond just business advice. What sets The Millionaire Fastlane apart from other business books is its focus on mindset transformation. DeMarco argues convincingly that wealth is not just about following a set of steps. It's about fundamentally changing how you think about money, time, and value creation. He dedicates significant portions of the book to helping readers overcome limiting beliefs and develop what he calls the producer mindset rather than the consumer mindset. Final verdict: a game-changing guide to wealth creation. The Millionaire Fastlane is more than just another business book. It's a comprehensive framework for thinking about wealth creation in the modern economy. While some readers might find DeMarco's style direct and occasionally confrontational, his message is clear, actionable, and backed by both personal experience and sound economic principles. The book's greatest strength lies in its ability to shift readers' perspectives from traditional wealth-building approaches to a more entrepreneurial, value-focused mindset. DeMarco doesn't just tell readers what to do. He shows them why certain approaches work and others don't, backing everything with mathematical proof and real-world examples. If you've ever felt disillusioned by the traditional work hard, save diligently, and retire at 65 narrative, The Millionaire Fastlane might be exactly what you need. This book speaks directly to aspiring entrepreneurs who crave more than the steady, linear path to wealth. It's a call to action for business owners eager to scale their ventures, young professionals charting their financial futures, and anyone trapped in the slow lane, frustrated by the grind of incremental progress. For those interested in building passive income streams or creating scalable systems to achieve financial independence, this book offers a fresh perspective and practical guidance. That said, not everyone will resonate with DeMarco's message. If you're entirely content with traditional employment and find security in conventional retirement planning, this book may feel unnecessary or even disruptive. Likewise, readers seeking a magical formula for overnight riches will be disappointed. DeMarco dismantles such fantasies, emphasizing effort and value creation. Finally, those unwilling to question deeply ingrained beliefs about money and success might struggle with the book's provocative tone and radical ideas. But for anyone ready to rethink the rules of wealth building, this book has the potential to be transformative. Thank you for reading this comprehensive review of The Millionaire Fastlane. In the coming weeks, we'll be diving deeper into each chapter, providing detailed summaries and practical applications of DeMarco's principles. Subscribe to our mailing list to receive notifications when new chapter summaries are published. Remember, true wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating value for others while building systems that generate freedom and prosperity. Whether you choose to follow the Fastlane path or not, DeMarco's insights will forever change how you think about wealth creation. Stay tuned for our upcoming chapter-by-chapter deep dives, where we'll explore each concept in even greater detail and provide additional real-world applications and case studies.